Imagine this. Your final school exam is over. You walk out of the exam hall. No more uniforms, no more school rules, no more morning assemblies, no more asking permission to drink water. For the first time in your life, you feel free. And somewhere in your mind, college starts looking like a movie. New friends, new experiences, more freedom, more fun, a completely new chapter. And honestly, some of that is true. But if I could travel back in time and talk to myself before my first day of college, there are a few things I would say. Because college is very different from what most students imagine. And some lessons are much better learned early than learned painfully. The first thing I wish someone told me is that college is not a continuation of school. It's a completely different game. In school, somebody was always watching. Teachers reminded you. Parents reminded you. The school routine carried you forward, whether you wanted it or not. College doesn't work like that. Nobody is going to chase you. Nobody is going to remind you about every assignment. Nobody is going to force you to use your free time wisely. And that sounds amazing, until you realize how dangerous freedom can be. Because freedom is wonderful when you have discipline. Without discipline, it's a trap. One skipped class becomes two becomes 10. One wasted afternoon becomes a wasted semester. And the scary part is that it happens slowly. You don't notice it happening. College gives you freedom, but then quietly asks, can you handle it? Most students think college tests intelligence. I think it tests self-control. And that brings me to something nobody warned me about. You know how most students enter college expecting trouble from seniors? Movies love that storyline. The reality is often very different. In many colleges today, students are busy. They're worried about careers, exams, internships, placements, their own future. Most people simply don't have the time or interest to behave like cartoon villains. But here's something that surprised me. Sometimes the people who frustrate you the most aren't students. They're adults. Not all professors, not even most professors, but some. And you'll eventually meet them. The ones who make no effort to understand students. The ones who confuse authority with respect. The ones who think being older automatically makes them right. When that happens, remember something important. College is not teaching you how to deal with perfect people. It's teaching you how to deal with imperfect people. Because after college, your boss won't be perfect. Your coworkers won't be perfect. Clients won't be perfect. The world won't be perfect. Learning how to stay calm around difficult people is unfortunately one of the most useful skills you'll ever develop. Not exciting, but useful. And speaking of useful skills, here's probably the biggest mistake I see students making. They think their degree is their future. It's not. Your degree matters, but your degree alone is rarely enough. Imagine two students, same course, same classroom, same professors, same degree. 5 years later, completely different lives. Why? Because one student spent college collecting marks. The other spent college building skills, communication, writing, technology, networking, public speaking, problem solving, confidence. These things compound. A degree gets you into the race. Skills help you stay in it. And one skill stands above almost everything else: communication. You don't realize how powerful it is until you meet someone who has it. A person with average knowledge and excellent communication can often outperform someone with brilliant knowledge and poor communication. Because opportunities usually arrive through people, and people respond to people, not certificates, not CGPA screenshots, people. Which leads to another thing I wish someone had told me. Your body matters more than you think. I know. It sounds unrelated. We're talking about college, not fitness. But hear me out. College is probably one of the last periods of your life where you have significant control over your time. Once full-time work starts, life becomes noisier, busier, more complicated. So if you're planning to build healthy habits, this is one of the best opportunities you'll get. Take care of yourself. Move your body. Sleep properly. Eat reasonably well. You don't need perfection. Nobody has perfection. You just need consistency. Because confidence doesn't only come from achievements. Sometimes it comes from knowing you're taking care of yourself. And that confidence affects everything. How you speak, how you carry yourself, how you handle pressure, how you approach relationships. Now here's something even more important. College isn't only about preparing for a career. It's about creating memories. And most students don't realize this until it's too late. There are events, competitions, workshops, clubs, festivals, random adventures with friends. The kind of moments that seem ordinary while they're happening, then become priceless years later. The funny thing about memories is that nobody knows they're making one. It just happens. That's why I always encourage people to participate. Not in everything, but in something. Because one event can introduce you to a lifelong friend. One competition can reveal a talent you didn't know you had. One conversation can change your career direction. Life changes surprisingly often through small moments. Not dramatic ones, small ones. And while we're talking about friends, choose them carefully. Your friend group in college will influence you more than any motivational video ever can. If everyone around you wastes time, you'll probably waste time. If everyone around you complains, you'll probably complain. If everyone around you is building something, you'll probably start building too. Environment is powerful, far more powerful than most people realize. And finally, there's one thing I wish someone had told me before I entered college. College ends faster than you think. Right now, 4 years sounds long. Trust me, it isn't. One day you'll attend your first class, and then somehow you'll be attending your last. The people you see every day won't always be there. The campus that feels new will eventually feel familiar. The freedom that feels exciting will become normal. And before you know it, that chapter will be over. Which is why I think most students ask the wrong question. They ask, what degree will I get? But that's not the most important question. The more important question is, who will I become by the time I leave? Because eventually, nobody will care about your first semester. Nobody will care which bench you sat on. Nobody will care about most of the things you're worrying about today. But they will see the person those years created. Your habits, your discipline, your confidence, your skills, your character. That's what stays. So if you're about to enter college, here's what I'd tell you. Don't just use college to earn a degree. Use it to build yourself. Because years from now, the most valuable thing you take out of college probably won't be a certificate. It'll be the person you became while earning it.